And welcome back to 5 in 5 USFL edition. I'm your host, Ryan Rich Fat Baby McKee, and our experts picks have gone 10 and 5 over the last few weeks that we've done this show. Our man Adam Big Money Pelletier is on a heater with his picks.
3 things you should do every week. You should stay away from the Pittsburgh Maulers and just bet against them. You need to be prepared for at least one of the quarterbacks to go down each week. And thirdly, do the opposite of whatever Rod is doing.
And already throwing shots was Adam. Here is Rod Dadbod Villagomez, whose picks have been a bit chilly the last couple of weeks.
You know, sometimes betting with your heart leads to not necessarily getting the results that you wish for.
Rod, that's your problem, is you have a heart. Adam does not.
Well, this time I'm going to follow the numbers, and I'm going to take the Michigan Panthers over the Tampa Bay Bandits. Look, last week, Tampa Bay scored only 10 points in one half against the Birmingham Stallions last week. Jordan Ta'amu was the leading rusher in that game for the Bandits. They can't have that happen again. Ta'amu is certainly not as good of a quarterback as we've seen in the past, and he's definitely not getting any better right now. The Panthers, on the other hand, lost to the Stars by a single point last week, and if it weren't for a missed field goal, a chip shot field goal, the Michigan Panthers would have actually won that game. Reggie Corbin had 152 yards rushing last week. The Bandits allowed 126-yard rushing last week to 2 running backs and Alex Magoo. I have a feeling that Michigan is going to run all over Tampa Bay, control the clock, and win this game on the money line.
You know what? Rod has some good points there. The Panthers defense has been fine. Unfortunately, the Panthers offense has been mediocre and hot garbage. Paxton Lynch and Shea Patterson are not getting it done. And if we know anything, Jeff Fisher's going to lose at least 8 games. Luckily for him, he's probably going to miss that mark this season, as he already won 1 game. But 7 losses still on the table for Jeff Fisher here in this USFL season. You got to go the other way in this Tampa Bay Michigan game. Take the Bandits -2 against the Panthers. The Bandits were a little out of sorts last week, but overall, that offense has been clicking. The offense has been moving the ball on the ground and through the air. They can get it done. Michigan has actually been kind of vulnerable through the air and on the ground, giving up close to 300 yards per game. And the only reason that game last week was close against Philly was because Case Cookus was starting at quarterback.
I gotta cut you off. You went longer than a minute.
Adam did make a good point in the introduction, is that you do have to bet against the Pittsburgh Maulers each and every week. That is why my next pick is Houston -6 over the Maulers. Maulers are bad. They've only scored more than 13 points once this season, and they were shut out by the Panthers. So this team is looking bad. Kirby Wilson may scream and holler all he wants at his players, but he's not getting what he wants out of them. Houston, on the other hand, has actually had 2 games with more than 26 points, and they almost beat the Breakers last week. Were not for a heartbreaking last drive by New Orleans to take the game. Mark Thompson bottled up last week. It's not going to happen again this week. He is going to run wild. The Gamblers are going to control the clock. They're going to keep the Maulers off the board, which they don't need much help doing anyways, as they keep themselves off the board. So expect Houston -6 over the Maulers this week.
You got to take the Stars +6 against the Birmingham Stallions. Yes, the Philadelphia Stars have lost star quarterback Brian Scott for the season. Fortunately for them, Case Cookus stepped in and didn't look like he missed a beat against what is a stingy Michigan defense at times. Birmingham's defense has been far less impressive, particularly against the pass, giving up almost 300 yards a game. So you gotta like the Stars' chances there coming in, being able to sling it all over the yard. Case Cook has been good. The running backs for the Stars have been solid. +6. The Birmingham Stallions haven't won a game in convincing fashion yet this year. Give me the Stars +6 all day long.
For my last pick, I'm taking the Birmingham Stallions and the Philadelphia Stars over 36.5. Both of these teams have some very explosive offenses with very huge potential with them. The Stars have been in 2 games so far this season over this total. The Stallions have also been in 2 games over this total as well. Case Cookus, just like Adam said, is looking like he can lead the Stars offense just as well as Brian Scott has, and that means they can put up points. As for the Stallions, they have got Jamar Smith back, hopefully this week, and he's able to put up points by the bunches with his legs, with his arms. Both of these teams can score well above the 25-point mark, and I think that they are going to do it again this week and combine together to go well over the 36.5 mark, and you will cash this bet.
I like that. Switch it. Gonna switch it up. Switch it. Gonna switch it up. Mix it. Pour it in my cup. Switch it. Gonna switch it up. Girl, what's your